Cloud Painter, a 30-minute bedtime story, a warm tale about a tiny cloud who learned to color the sky. Chapter 1. The little gray cloud high above the wide, peaceful world floated a small cloud named Sarai. Sarai wasn't puffy like the big cumulus clouds or elegant like the long, feathery cirrus clouds that streaked the sky. He was simply small, round, and grayish, not dark enough for rain, not white enough for sunshine. But Sarai carried a secret dream. Whenever dawn spread its blush across the sky, painting soft pinks and golds, Sarai stared in awe. Whenever sunset layered the horizon with warm oranges, gentle byrritza, and shimmering reds, he felt his little cloud heart flutter. Oh, how I wish I could make colors. Sarai sighed every day. I wish I could paint the sky. The other clouds chuckled kindly. You're too small to carry colors, said Nimbus, the rain cloud. You should stick to drifting. But Sarai kept dreaming stubbornly swilly of one day adding color to the world. Chapter 2, The Sky School in the Sky. Clouds learned different skills. Rain clouds learned to gather water. Storm clouds practiced rumbles and flashes. Winter clouds learned how to weave snowflakes. Thin, wispy clouds practiced stretching into elegant shapes. But none of the cloud teachers spoke about colors. Colors, they said, were the sun's job. Still, every evening, Sarai hovered at the edge of the sky school, watching as the sun dipped low and brushed hues across the world with slow, gentle strokes. One evening, the sun noticed the tiny cloud watching silently. Why so curious, little one? The sun asked warmly. Sarai hesitated. I want to paint the sky, he whispered. The sun glowed a little brighter, as though smiling. That's a big dream for such a small cloud. Sarai drooped. I know. But big dreams often start in small hearts, the sun added. Sarai perked up. Do you think it's possible? The sun didn't answer directly. Instead, it offered a single beam of gold that brushed Sarai's edge. Sarai guessed his gray edges turned faintly peached. I have color, he whispered, trembling with excitement. The sun winked as it sank below the horizon. Learn slowly. Colors come to those who notice. Chapter 3. The world below Sarai decided to explore. He drifted lower than he ever had before, just above treetops, hills, and rivers. Below him, the world was filled with colors he'd never truly seen. Ferns in deep greens lakes, reflecting soft sky, blues, wildflowers in yellows and violets. Dusty trails glowing burnt amber at dusk. Mountain peaks blushing pink in morning light. The world was a painting. Sarai only wished he knew how to add to it. He drifted above a river shimmering like silver ribbon. The river whispered, if you want to paint, watch the world. Every color teaches something. So Sarai watched. He watched 4 days. He watched 4 nights. He watched storms roll across plains, watched sunbeams scatter over wheat fields, watched moonlight turn snow into sparkling sugar. And slowly, Sarai began to understand that color wasn't something clouds simply held. It was something they reflected, something they shared. Chapter 4. Meeting when, one breezy morning, Sarai felt something tug at him playfully. A swirl of air danced around him, curling his edges. Hello, giggled the breeze. I'm Zephyr. Why are you fluttering around alone? Sarai felt shy but answered honestly, I want to learn how to paint the sky. Zephyr guessed dramatically, what a lovely idea. But why aren't you practicing? I don't know how, Sarai whispered. Zephyr laughed a warm, whooshing sound. Well, of course, you don't. You need movement, joy, a bit of swirl. Before Sarai could protest, Zephyr swooped beneath him and carried him higher, making him tumble softly. Around and around they spun until Sarai stretched from a small puff to a long, flowing brushstroke across the morning sky. Oh, Sarai gasped. I look different. You look beautiful, said Zephyr. Clouds paint with their shapes, and I can help you move. Sarai realized something. Maybe he didn't need bright colors to paint. Maybe he could create beauty by moving gently across the sky. And so Sarai practiced floating, stretching, curling, and swirling with Zephyr's help. The sky began to look different when he drifted across it. Softer, more poetic, more peaceful. But Sarai still dreamed of color. Chapter 5, The Painter of Sunsets. One evening, Sarai met Aurora the Great, shimmering cloud spirit who helped guide the colors of evening. Her presence shimmered like soft silk in the air. You're the little cloud who watches sunsets, Aurora said, her voice soft as lavender. Sarai shrank shyly. I want to learn how to paint, like you do. Aurora floated beside him. Tell me, little one, why do you want to paint? Sarai thought. The other clouds often dreamed of being useful. Rain for rivers, storms for forests, shade for travelers. But Sarai's dream was different. I want to make the world feel warm, he said eventually, the way sunset makes me feel warm. Aurora smiled gently. Then listen carefully. Clouds don't make colors. They borrow them from the sun. Your job isn't to be bright, it's to hold the light gently. Sarai blinked. Hold the light. Yes. Let it pass through you. Let it soften. Let it become something calm. Aurora guided him to a quiet place in the sky. The sun dipped low. A single ray touched Sarai's edge, and suddenly he glowed pale pink. Another ray brushed the other side. Sarai shimmered peach, then gold, then a hint of lilac. Sarai felt warm, all over glowing softly, gently, beautifully. You're painting, Aurora whispered. Chapter 6a, Sky Transformed. From that evening on, Sarai practiced not to be the brightest cloud, not to be the biggest or boldest, but to hold color softly, to let light pass through him in a way that made the sky feel peaceful. Every morning, he floated at sunrise, catching the first blush of dawn, turning pale yellow like butter warming on bread. Every evening, he drifted westward, allowing sunset to pour through him like warm tea through thin porcelain. Travelers on hills looked up and whispered, "What a beautiful, gentle cloud." Children pointed, "It looks like cotton candy." Artists paused to sketch him. Birds sang beneath him. Even the sun warmed when touching him. Sarai realized something. He was painting the sky, not loudly, not dramatically, but in the softest, sweetest way. Chapter 7, The Night Sky's Secret. One night, Sarai hovered quietly above a sleeping village. The stars glittered like scattered diamonds. The moon shone round and calm. Sarai watched the night sky and wondered, "Can I paint the darkness too?" A soft voice answered, "You can paint anything you hold gently." It was the moon herself. The moon casts a cool silver beam over Sarai. He reflected it not brightly, but delicately, a faint halo around his edges, a soft silver glow that made the night look deeper and somehow kinder. Owls flew beneath him with a sense of calm. The village slept more peacefully. The stars twinkled brighter, grateful for a cloud who didn't block them, but framed them. Sarai wasn't just a sunset painter now. He was a night painter too. Chapter 8, The Big Storm. One afternoon, dark storm clouds gathered far on the horizon. They rolled in heavy, tall, and powerful shadows stretching for miles. Sarai trembled. Storm clouds never liked small puffs getting in their way. As they approached, the sky rumbled like distant drums. The leader of the storm, Tempest, thundered, "Little cloud, move aside." Sarai tried, oh, he really did, but the wind pushed him toward them. Finally, Tempest growled, "What use is a soft, colorful cloud in a storm?" Sarai felt tiny, helpless, and unimportant. He couldn't make rain. He couldn't make thunder. He couldn't make snow. He only added gentle beauty, and suddenly that felt small. But then Zephyr rushed in. "Tempest, stop! Sarai may be small, but he helps calm the sky. Even storms need softness sometimes." Tempest paused, and something unexpected happened. The storm cloud's edges softened. Instead of sharp black ridges, they took on a faint purplish tint. Tempest looked at Sarai, surprised. "Your colors, they quiet the sky." Sarai glowed, faint lilac in the gloom, calming the violent tones. The storm still rained, still rumbled, but its harshness softened. And for the first time, Sarai understood gentleness is power too. Chapter 9, Sarai's Masterpiece. 1 year after Sarai first dreamed of painting, the sky prepared for a rare event, a sunset and moonrise happening at the same time, perfectly balanced. The entire sky gathered clouds of every kind, birds, winds, even distant stars looking on curiously. Aurora approached Sarai. "Tonight," she whispered, "the sky is yours." Sarai floated forward nervously. The sun lowered. The moon rose. Light of gold and blue washed the sky together, and Sarai did what he had practiced all year. He held the light gently. The sun colored him warm peach and honey gold. The moon shaped him in cool silver. The two lights mingled through his soft form, blending into rose, lavender, apricot, and shimmering pearl. The sky glowed like the inside of a seashell. The world below stopped to watch. Travelers took off their hats. Children gasped. Birds paused mid-flight. Even the wind held its breath. It was the softest, most peaceful sky ever seen. Sarai had painted it, and painted it beautifully. Chapter 10, The Cloud Who Colored the World. From that day on, Sarai became known across the sky as the Cloud Painter. Every dawn and dusk, he drifted to the perfect place to help the sun create gentle colors. Every night, he framed the moon and stars in soft halos. His legacy became simple but profound. He made the world feel gentler. Other small clouds began to imitate him, learning to hold light softly. Storms welcomed him to calm their harshness. The sun shone warmly on him. The moon whispered thanks each night. Sarai had found his gift, not by being big, not by being bright, but by being soft, steady, and full of heart. He had painted the sky, not perfectly, not loudly, but beautifully. And he continued night after night, morning after morning, drifting peacefully across the endless canvas above.